What up, Joe? What up, Joe? Welcome to Y'all Say the Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman, just the team.
What's the dealio? It's your man Alio, aka Mastermind, and y'all already know what time it is. It's time for another great show with Yeah, I Said It Sports, baby.
Yes, sir. And it's your boy, Young P. I'm in the building, aka Mr. PR, ready for another good one. Another great show for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up, fellas? What it do? What it do?
Man, everything.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying?
We're gonna
Yes,
dedicate
sir.
this to our man CB.
CB, we know you checking in, baby.
Yes, sir.
Now, dig this here. We're gonna before we get into these questions, and everything, we're gonna talk about a little bit of the draft. Not the draft, but about some of these deadlines of these picks and free agencies and all like that.
This is
So
getting crazy.
yeah, very
Get
crazy.
into it, baby. Let's do
And
it.
so since some happened, today, yesterday, whatever, and so we're gonna, talk about some of those, before we get to the topic. So we're gonna bring up some of those trades. First of all, I want to ask this before we get to, because a lot of quarterbacks has been getting picked up. You know what I mean, such as the Russell Wilsons, the Kirks, Darnolds, and all that. Where does Justin Fields go? Now, is Chicago going to keep him? Are they going to trade this Caleb and see what they can get, with these picks or how many picks they can get or whatever they can get for him? Because in a minute, seems like he might not get picked up somewhere because all the everybody picking up the quarterback. So I'm gonna start off this with you, Young P. Where does Justin Fields go? Or is he going to stay in Chicago? What's going on over there?
So this is what I'm thinking. It's gonna sound crazy, America, but every now and then you gotta throw a little, just throw a little oop in the air and see what it do.
Right.
I'm thinking just because of how everything been unfolding, Chicago gonna mess around and keep him and still draft Caleb Williams, sitting for a couple games, and then Caleb gonna mess around and take over the starting position, and then Fields is out of there next year because they pretty much, to me, has missed their window of getting rid of him, unless he's gonna go somewhere and be a backup.
If you don't get rid of him now, how you gonna get rid of him next year?
Because next year,
Next year he gonna be able to just walk away scot free, right?
yeah, but I'm just saying right now, what are you? I mean, you waiting too long because you should have been dealt him, and ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you was gonna do something, you couldn't sit and wait for Kirk Cousins and all these other people to figure out what you was gonna do with Fields. You need to figure that out now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think they're gonna mess around and keep him and bring in Caleb, and they gonna battle it out. But Caleb will end up before it's all said and done be the starter. And Fields, they gonna tuck your loss, and y'all gonna hurt it for me, and y'all gonna be like, damn, Chicago just done.
Before I get it to you, Mastermind,
Okay.
you could have a point there, Young P. I'm not going to take it away because, like you say, he could get him. Somebody might can get hurt, and they can have that backup for him. You know what I mean? And still get some, still can hold leverage on this. So that's a good point. Go ahead, Mastermind.
Okay, well, look, I was kind of leaning the same way that you was, P, but I was kind of going there a different route. I think it's almost going to be a force of hand,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
meaning like the trade values that they're going to get back, the offers, they're going to be like, we might as well just keep him if we're going to just get this. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how Miami was that Miami? No, Carolina messed up the Burns trade to me.
Oh, okay.
They had a chance with the Rams to get two first rounders, and now you get a fifth and a second rounder and a fifth rounder. That was a
Mm-hmm.
you dropped the ball on that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now I just think that the offers is gonna come back so kind of bold that they're gonna have to keep him. Or I just for some strange reason I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Denver.
Yeah,
For
we
some
got that
reason I
Denver.
wouldn't because I think the problem that he ran into is this. Every team that got a quarterback like the Kirk Cousins and those teams like that, they really want a established quarterback already. Justin Fields is still like kind of out there. The jury is still out on him. You don't know
Okay.
if he established or not.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that with Russell Wilson already having his established, ability, they can sit, pick it, and say, now look, watch what he do in the off season, watch his regiments, how he go before games, how he get himself in, so he can groom them. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing with Kirk Cousins. That's why I say I wouldn't be surprised even if Atlanta still draft one of these quarterbacks in
Quarterbacks.
this draft
Mm-hmm.
and just make Cousins the one who groom him.
Groom 'em.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And Justin Fields, you're not a bridge quarterback. You see what I'm saying? He was supposed to have been a starter, a future starter. So you know what I'm saying, the teams that got quarterbacks all were looking for bridge quarterbacks, and he just don't fit that mold.
My thing, okay, good take, mastermind, young P. My thing is keep, and I've been saying it. Listen to the quarterback guru right here. Listen to me. Keep Justin Fields only because you didn't really change the coach and the offensive coordinator. You got another, I think, coordinator, but I don't think it's my opinion. I don't think he it. So my thing is this: if you didn't get that coordinator that that can bring Chicago Bears up, that name coordinator that that's gonna make something happen. One second, man. I mean, offensively, you didn't get that. So my thing is this: you not finna have what's name looking any better, Caleb Williams. You know what I mean? What's name is made in for that Chicago weather. He can be the black Jim McMahon, Justin Fields, the way you got him playing, like you say. He ain't got to be the perfect quarterback, but y'all got to bring that system around him where he can make happen. Then he been in the league for a minute. Caleb Williams, you have to learn all over again. And you see why Kirk Cousins keep getting paid.
Right.
Because he can stand in that pocket and gun you down. See, all your other quarterbacks is RPOs. Kirk and a lot of these people still need a quarterback that can stand in that pocket and do that. Bam. And what I'm and my point is, Caleb Williams is not finna stand in that pocket and gun you down. I mean, I'm not saying that he can't, but from what you see, the way he
What it
played,
showed you,
he
did.
is stay in that pocket for a tenth of some seconds and he's out of there. Bam. You know what I'm saying? So, like you say, that's basically Justin Fields. You know what I mean? It's like, but Justin Fields is learning. He been in the NFL longer, and right,
Gain speed.
right. And the Bears, they riding behind him. The
Right.
players and everybody. So they riding behind the quarterback already. What they saying is this: with these draft picks, if you get rid of Caleb Williams, you'll be able to put some talent behind him. You have to put some talent behind your quarterback. So are you going to put some talent behind Caleb Williams if you draft him? So go ahead, Mastermind.
One move that they did, and I just want to hear y'all take on it. You know, it goes
Right.
back to our original question that we started
Right.
the show off with the free agent move. How do y'all feel about Mooney coming there?
I mean, he it's like he's not a game changer. He all right. Like you said, to come next to be next to the other receiver that they got from Carolina. Yeah.
Forgive
Number
us,
two,
y'all.
yeah.
Forgive us.
I forget his name, but they know he a big time receiver, the one they got from
DJ
Carolina.
Moore.
Yeah, DJ. So my thing is this. Yeah, Mooney might can be, you know what I mean? But have Mooney been since what? Because he was with Pittsburgh, come from what, Pittsburgh?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not for sure, but I'm saying it's like he need another receiver. Mooney might be all right, but
He should have went that got that Gabe Davis.
he need a yeah, like say how Gabe, just went over to such, but he need a receiver, a number two.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mooney, all right. Mooney might be a good slot or something. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, they know what they need to do. Nah, they want to win or not. But keep Justin Fields. Do something with them picks.
And see, that's my like I'm like you. Keep Justin Fields, right? But that's what I feel like they're waiting too long because I think they're like you just said a little bit
'Cause
while
all the
ago. You're not gonna really get nothing for him. So I'm talking about for the number one pick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Also, with the picks and everything, we had a lot of running backs. They got in free agency that moved along. We got Derrick Henry went over there with you, Mastermind,
Right.
to the
Great
Ravens.
pickup. Great pickup.
We got Joshua Jacobs went to Green Bay. Saquon Barkley over there with the Eagles.
Yep.
Joe Mixon with the Texans.
Yep.
You got DeAndre Swift where he went over there with the Bears.
Bears.
So we asking you, out of all the running backs, who y'all think is finna turn their team around? Even though a lot of these teams look like they was that player away from reaching the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think, mastermind out these running backs?
It's gonna be tight because I honestly got to do a P2 time because I believe straight to the point. King Henry making a big difference when he come to Baltimore.
Right.
Because one thing you can always count on with King Henry, he will be available. You know what I'm saying? He has had some injuries, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
overall he has been healthy. So I think he will be available. But I think that Jacobs to Green Bay is going to be the biggest effect that a lot of people not going to be expecting because I'm not taking nothing away from Aaron Jones, but Jacob is a whole different animal.
Before you keep going, Master Man, I said this off air, and I said this yesterday. I texted the boys, I think,
Yeah.
what, 2 days ago, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I said
Green Bay. Was
Green Bay, I think, is going to win that division. And I was hearing Mastermind saying that Jacobs over there. So I'm going to get straight to the point with Mastermind. Is they finna bump the Lions for that division.
I don't think they
You know,
bumping over there. I think it's going to be a
it's going to
tight
be a tight
fight.
one.
It ain't about to just be
I'm going
no
to let you keep
lion
doing your thing.
cakewalk. I'll tell you that. It definitely ain't no Lions cakewalk because Jacobs is something different. And if we don't do nothing on that defensive line, seriously, I know we making moves. Don't get me wrong.
Right, because we
And I
put
know
up
we are,
corners.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that we are ultimate motivators over here. I will give Dan Campbell that. He will have the troops ready to play. But we got to do something very impressive. We got to get something that's going to have everybody shaking in their boots when they hear that name came to the
Mhm.
D. And if we don't do that, Green Bay might come and do what Ice just said.
Mm.
So are these running backs who finna help their team step up? They look like they was all a little step away from the Super Bowl, and they from the
Right.
running game,
Right. Right.
from the running game. For some reason, some teams got away from their running game, and now looking like they got these running backs, so they won't get away from the running game. So go ahead, young Pete.
That's because when it's all said and done, some things is what it is, and you gotta have a running game.
Mhm.
I don't care how much the league done
Mhm.
changed the passing and all of that
You
good
got to be able
stuff.
to get physical or
You
something.
gotta be able to what they call it three yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah,
or what-
you got to be able to get them 3 yards.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to get that. So with that being said, I mean it's hard pressed not to go against Green Bay doing the best. Cause I really don't cause I look at it from this standpoint. Saquon going to the Eagles, you
That's
know what I'm saying? That's gonna be all right. But a lot of it is how is that offense coordinator gonna be able to interject that? Now you got 1 year underneath your belt. You've been working with, you know what I'm saying, with Jalen, Hurts for a year now.
Mhm.
So y'all should be able to gel a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Now you bringing another person in that should be able to help you run that RPO a little bit better because he can swing out the backfield, he can run. He pretty good at blocking too, so that should help out a little bit more. Now you got a line for Saquon to kind of help run a little bit. So I'm thinking Saquon should kind of help them out a little bit. The only one I don't really like the most, and I could be wrong when it's all said and done, I wish Mixon had to stay with the Bengals. I don't really like him going to Texas like that. You know what I'm saying? Houston, Texas.
I think the
They can
Texans
do
gonna really use
1-2
him.
punch.
They gonna try to use him
I mean, I hear
because like you say, slow it. Now he can use that. He got that receiver out the backfield. He can use him. A
CJ.
3 down back. He got him. He can run
Oh, you
and
talking
mixing,
oh, you mix.
mixing up with the Texans for you.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can rely on the run game a little bit more, I think, with Mixon than what they did with the running back last year. I
Over there.
believe they felt like with the way that C.J. Stroud had played, I think now they was like, "Damn, we just had a running game with the way he played, and he looked like he already advanced.
Right.
So they looking like, oh, let's step up, yeah,
And then he kind of
yeah, just give him a little run, yeah." Yeah, just gonna take and then gonna take some. They're gonna have to respect the run game and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Because Mixon is
Yeah, with that play action, because CJ had a good play action
Right.
game this year. You know what I'm saying?
I like the Mixon move because Mixon is not going to be a demanding back. Somebody going to be like, "Oh, I got to touch the ball."
Right.
I ain't did this, I ain't did that.
Right.
All of that.
But
so I think that's why I like that.
I'm gonna go with the Jacobs with the Green Bay for the simple fact Aaron Jones was a good back, but he fumbled too much. He played good last year, but Aaron Jones fumbled too much.
And that's some critical.
And
time.
then at the critical time, and they feeling like with Jacobs, he gonna hold on to. He gonna secure the ball a little bit more. Plus, he a 3 down back, and he's a home run hitter. You know what I'm saying? So they got all that in one. And the way that Green Bay ended last year, like you said, a game away from the Super Bowl,
Right.
right? And they was winning. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, you need a player who can, take some pressure off of the quarterback, off of Love, son. So I'm gonna go with Jacobs with this. But like I said, all teams got good running backs, so I'm looking for Green Bay and the Lions to bang for that NFC and Lions. You got to get your defense together. Y'all looked good this year and toward the end and all like that, but now, like you
Not
say,
sure
it
though.
was y'all almost made it to the Super Bowl and all, but now this New Year's coming
Right.
and all these teams are getting better, and
Right.
so y'all got to start stepping, step it up.
Because they picked up two
You know,
corners today.
Go ahead before we get to the questions.
I
Go
think
ahead,
we might have to
Mastermind.
try to like. I'm not for sure, but you might have to go after one of them Buffalo safeties, either
Say one
Poyer or one of them, just to get a name over
Not
here
know
that
saying
makes
Poyer,
somebody say,
Poyer
"Whoa."
pretty cool. Yeah.
You
Okay. Now we about to get into the questions of the show. And before I get into these questions, I want to get a shout out. I was watching the game yesterday. I was watching the girls' game. I was watching Iowa State. And I want to give shout outs to Artie Crooks. I want y'all to get on her. She a freshman at Iowa State. Hey. And later on in the show, when we get to talking about the women's basketball, I'm gonna bring her back up, and we're gonna talk about why we think, the women's basketball might be, about to take over. So, want to just give shout out to Artie Crooks. Okay, first question of the show is: Christian McCaffrey a better running back than Saquon Barkley and Joshua Jacobs? Young Pete.
So that's a very good question. I thought about it for a minute or two. Jacobs, no. Saquon, yes. Here's why I'm going like that. I think McCaffrey has a lot more. I mean, definitely he's been around more. I think I like his run abilities. I think he can catch out the backfield. I think his IQ of the game is better than Saquon. I think Saquon still has to learn a little bit more. He's downhill runner. He can catch out the background. I mean, at the backfield. But I think McCaffrey is just better at it than him. Now, don't get me wrong. Teams make a difference. Offensive lines make a difference. So we'll see what he do once he actually in Philly, and if that's gonna change my mind down the road. But as of right now, yeah, McCaffrey, you're better than Saquon. I think that's part of the problem with him. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what New York was kind of seeing a little bit too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Jacobs, you just not better than him. You know what I'm saying? You just not. You know what I'm saying? I just think that don't get me wrong, the great white hope, you know what I'm saying? You got a football lineage behind you, McCaffrey, but I just think Jacobs is just flat out better than you.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mastermind.
See, I was kind of going to the football lineage. That's where
Okay.
I was going to go. Because I just believe McCaffrey was brought up and bred in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why his knowledge of the game might be a little bit better than those two guys.
Because he
But
definitely has the IQ of the game heavy.
yeah,
Your father, your brothers, everybody basically
grew up
played.
in it.
Yeah.
Grew up in it. That was your whole life, basically. But to me, I don't see too much more that he does that neither one of them can't do. You see what I'm saying? I don't. I think the key thing the only thing that's a knock on Saquon, they're going to say the injuries.
Okay.
But if he wasn't injured, he stayed healthy. Is nothing that McCaffrey can do that Saquon can't do. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Right.
Now, to me, Saquon can hit the holes better than McCaffrey can. If you tell him we got to go straight up behind our center and get us 2 yards,
Uh-huh.
I'm going with Saquon.
I
I'm not
mean,
going
the
with
lower body is
McCaffrey.
stronger, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
go
not
I
going with
go that
McCaffrey.
route. But let me ask you this though: you don't think it's the offensive schemes and stuff like that? San Fran is used to toss,
Mm.
pull.
I say this
Offensive
now.
Nah.
This is my other thing too.
Well,
Just to interrupt.
Saquon, they
If
going
I
up.
put Saquon, if I put Saquon Barkley on the San Francisco 49ers and they running that same offensive scheme, he's going to give you the same production that
But
Christian
I'm
McCaffrey.
glad y'all
If
both
he's healthy.
said that, and I'm glad you said a toss, and you were saying straight ahead, and you saying a toss. And like you said, the difference is the system. And I'm gonna say that both running backs are better.
And Jacobs, you fall right into that
And
category
my,
in my
my, my
eyesight.
thing is this: like Saquon, McCaffrey would be in the third spot.
Hmm.
All three of these are great because you got to remember, all three of these were the leading rusher the last 3
Right.
years, also.
Right.
But my thing is this:
So you think both of them is better than?
yeah, for this simple fact.
Okay.
like you said, the system, the way San Francisco's system is, make McCaffrey look a lot better. Even though he good,
Right.
but I'm gonna take it back. Now let's go to McCaffrey when he was with the Carolina Panthers. Like I say, he's a outside runner. These other two is inside outside. You can do both with them. You can't really run too much inside with McCaffrey. He going to get hurt, and that's why he was nice
They say he injured a lot down in
with Carolina Panthers, right? Because yeah, he looked good on them outside pitches and all like that. But when he had to run between them tackles and up that middle, boom. And plus, Carolina had a good team back then. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just say
It was him.
it was him.
Right.
Yeah, and that D with Peppers and them,
Right.
they had a nice team, so it wasn't just really him. So let's just say if he was on them teams, because with New York and with the Raiders, they still led the league. Both of them got a rushing title and all that. When McCaffrey would got a rushing title with them other teams, and if either one of these teams was the San Francisco system, I believe they probably do the Terrell Davis to get 2,000 yards.
Mm.
Either one of these running backs. Because
Right.
remember, they got 1,600 and
Right.
something like that with the teams that they won. Now you get them this zone block team and all of that. I'm thinking these two boys gonna get at least 2,000. So McCaffrey, give me 2,000 with this system. They give you the ball enough, what I mean. You might get it all purpose, but I need it in running. Go ahead.
But you don't think, going back to the system question, the problem is they gonna use him in the pass game so much because he down there had 1,000 on both ends.
No, that's no. What I'm saying is this: if they had Saquon or Joshua in this, they would run more with these boys, and they would still use them in the pass game. They might get 2,000 and 800 or 1,000. Who knows? But I'm just saying they would get more rushing with these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they good at the wear and tear. You can wear and tear with these, but you can't wear and tear with McCaffrey. You can wear McCaffrey down, pound him up that middle. Too small. Them linebackers love to keep hitting them. You keep running him up that middle. You know what I'm saying? With Jacobs and them, they didn't.
You
They'll
gonna
take
feel
it.
it after a while.
Mm-hmm.
And see that's just another reason why I said to me I might lean toward
Good.
those two too, is because just think and who's more intimidating to you in the open field when you see him coming head on, not doing the juke because we know that McCaffrey is.
Right.
Don't get me wrong now. We know he's
Oh, the
bigger
head
than
on
Tom.
is gonna be Joshua.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
It's
why
gonna be
I say
Jacobs to me.
I think the most intimidating factor is once you thinking I got to tackle Jacobs or what's the name
Saquon
head
head
on.
Right.
It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, nah, just me and them. Who I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I think they're going to bow down to Saquon or Jacobs. They might try to just say, we can take McCaffrey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just us on the panel. Who you going to try to tackle if it's you head on?
Yeah. Give me McCaffrey.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, give me McCaffrey.
I can wrap him up, no
Right,
problem. But
right.
Saquon and them, because just think the average safety corner is going to be likely our size or a little bigger. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I say I'm going to be one of them guys.
Okay, America, I got a question for these boys. These boys gonna go, woo! Who would have been a better RPO quarterback? Who would have been a better RPO quarterback? Michael Vick or Randall Cunningham? Mastermind.
I see he leaning back.
Okay, America. No disrespect to either one because both are great.
Yes, they are.
But nah, if this is where I'm going to the P two times again, P. Don't sue me for copyright infringements.
No, you my guy.
But listen to me. The reason why I'm saying that is this because I was torn when I was thinking of the answer to this. Which Michael Vick are you giving me? Are you giving me Michael
Atlanta?
Vick with the Eagles?
Or what with
Because
Atlanta?
if you give me that Michael Vick that could read defenses, that will stand in that pocket and hit receivers, I think he might be better than Cunningham because Cunningham did that naturally. That's the reason why I said. But if I just got Vic that's coming straight from Atlanta, give me Randall. Because one thing about Randall, I know when he throw that ball, it's gonna be accurate. It's gonna be on the point. It ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, and buts. The only way it ain't gonna be a completion if the receiver drop it. That's it.
That's it.
That's the reason why I say you got to tell me which Vic I'm getting.
I let you decide it. Then if you got
If
more,
I
I'm gonna
the
get back to
Eagles,
you.
I'm gonna be real with you. If I get the Eagles, Vic, I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles.
Okay. Well, think about some more when we come back. Go ahead, Young P.
Well, I didn't really think too hard on this one. No disrespect to my man Michael Vick. I'm going Randall Cunningham. I think he's going to run a better RPO system than Michael Vick. Got a couple reasons. One, I just think he can read defenses better, and I just think he's going to his style of play, his style of game, all of that. Cunningham is going to be more suited for the RPO. Don't get me wrong. I think the problem with Vick in the RPO is he's not going to read that linebacker good enough for me. To me, and he's gonna snatch the ball and take off running too fast too soon, and that's going to be my problem with Michael Vick. When I need you to kind of, sometimes you got to take it, and then
At the last second, Yankee.
snatch it out and throw it, or take it. Okay, go ahead. But I don't think Michael. I don't think. No disrespect, Vic. I just don't think he has the IQ to be able to do that as good as Randall Cunningham. So I'm going Randall Cunningham. I think he's going to be able to do it better. He's going to read that.
What about that one
better.
that was with Andy Reid? Now that Andy Reid, Mike Vick was reading every linebacker corner.
I get all of it.
Beautiful.
I get all.
Nah.
I don't know if it was the system. Or
I'm
what.
glad. See, my thing is this, so man. Can see, I see Mastermind kind of torn over here. So I don't know him. I'm just saying he 50-50. So I don't know where he really going.
Right.
And then I got P over here with Randall.
Cunningham.
I thought he was gonna go with Mike Vick, but hey, I'm gonna go with Randall myself. Mike Vick, you my man. Hey, like they say, what they say, you my man, 50 grand. But they just here. Randall Cunningham, cause see, he was used to, like you say, even if you got that Michael Vick that was in Philly, but just think when Randall was in Philly and the receivers and stuff that he had with Mike Quick and all the other boys, and like you say, so and man, like you say, he like Mike Vick too. They both can throw that ball.
Yeah, don't give me.
And my thing is this. Even though they both can take off, run, do their thing and all that, I think that you can make a game plan for you can make one for anybody, but I think you can make one for Michael Vick
Okay.
before you can make one
Cunningham.
for Cunningham. Like we had to go out there and make the game plan. I think we can make up one easier and quicker for Michael Vick than we can for Randall.
I got you.
So that'll be my difference for if I was a defensive coordinator, I'd be scared of both of them. But I'd be like, I think I have
I
a
can
better.
stop Mike.
I can stop Michael before I can stop Randall. You know what I'm saying? My opinion, like you say, if I stop the run or this and this, if they had to become that quarter, you know what I'm saying, that pocket quarterback or just whatever. Cause like you say, they both can run. Speed. Mike probably quick this and that, but like you said, they both can hit the home run this and this. So I'm gonna think of the game plan.
Right.
I think you can come with that game plan for Michael Vick probably before you can with Randall. My opinion. Like I say, because they both, you know what I'm saying? So what else do y'all think about that? Y'all got more? Who y'all think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, and I just thought of that too. Like, cause I'm like, man, how this gonna happen? Because they both out cold. But that was my thing. If I was on that defensive side and I was a coordinator, like, I think I can come with that game plan for Michael Vick before I can for Randall. I can come up for both of them. I can come up for both of them, but I'm just saying,
And I get why why people might, America, y'all might even be saying we crazy, even saying Randall Cunningham, because you're looking at Michael Vick makeup, you assume the game plan is coming out the gate RPO for him. You know what I'm saying?
It's not to me. I think more or less your game plan with him is. It is though. It is.
You said like if you're the offensive coordinator, you assuming what you saw in Vicksburg, you know what I'm saying, Virginia Tech, anywhere he went? Yeah, Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Where you see it, and you assuming that this could probably be a great RPO running back. Quarterback for me. So, you know what I'm saying? But I just think in the grand scheme of things, I think in the end, I just think Cunningham would be better at it.
Any other quarterbacks y'all think would have been kind of good in this RPO back in those days or something? Just to throw out there, any that y'all might have had in y'all mind that before we move along. Go ahead.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
I think he probably would have been good in that with that RPO system.
Sure.
My thing is this. Now I mean to cut y'all, man. Warren Moon
Okay.
would have been. I mean, he way better than this guy.
Okay.
He's way better than this guy. But I'm talking about he would have been getting this money that I'm telling y'all Kirk Cousins getting.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because
Right.
Warren Moon was staring that pocket and
Yeah,
gun you
yeah.
down. Don't get me wrong, he can get out that pocket and run, do this, but he gonna stand in that pocket and gun you down.
He
You know,
definitely
also
gonna
think
do
And
that.
that's what they need. Still, go ahead, go ahead.
Era, man, since you put it like that, I think Donovan McNabb would get paid in this era. Because one thing about the reason why I'm saying that Donovan McNabb was standing in there and was almost sometime the practice dummy to the dead end. You'd be like, Donovan, run, please. They about to kill you.
Yeah.
Get out of there. But
Right.
Donovan, yeah, he throw to the feet too much.
then
I like Donovan. He throw down to the feet too much.
yeah, he
You
tried
know,
to
even
catch
when you ain't got to get down there and get it, he throw it down there anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We have to ask T.O. that.
Okay.
You know?
I'm out of here. Now, look, I just say this now.
Go ahead.
Out of all of these quarterbacks, man, just think about it. I'm just going not to just
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Phoebe. Go ahead.
okay. Now look, I just think about just say Jamarcus Russell, just all of these quarterbacks that just been flat out bust.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that it's the quarterback himself, or do you think we need to start looking at these coaches who just stuck in their old school ways and say, I ain't building no system around this guy. I'm doing it my way. Forget his attributes that he can run a 4-2 and got a cannon. I don't care nothing about none of that. He ain't about to run. I'm about and
Well,
you got to dink and dunk the whole time.
Jamarcus
I mean, he might
he
be
was a
an
while. No,
exception.
no, I know what you're saying, but he was a while ago. The game have evolved, and these offensive coordinators had kind of also evolved too. So with that being said, it's like back in the day, it all depends on what coach and
Now,
all
look, we
that
can go
system is
to
the one, but
just to bring it up some.
you
Just say
know,
it like this: do you think Justin Fields, uh, Zach Wilson, you know what I'm saying? All these guys that they predicted just in that one class, we can go to just to that draft class alone that's no longer with their teams or no longer starting.
So
You know what
so
I'm saying? Do you think
hold
that
on, I get
somebody
this one point so we
let me
can
make
move
it
on.
real quick. Just do you think that it's more the coaches didn't take the time out to adjust to what their skill sets was of these players, or do you think it's just the players just no good?
I think it was just like we saying now, like we saying with Caleb Williams and all like that. The owners and them have to bring in the offensive coordinator, or the coaches have to get the offensive coordinator, bring in the offensive coordinator. These coaches, some can't be doing both. Don't be trying to be the offensive coordinator, like they said with the Buffalo. Prime example before we move along. Just like they said with Buffalo, with Leslie Frazier. That's why he said, no, I'd rather sit at home and get my
I
money.
can't
I'm
stand
not
the
finna
title.
just stand on the sideline and be called to DC and you doing the play calling.
Yeah.
And then then I'm still gonna get the blame. You know what I'm saying? However, you know what I mean? So it didn't make sense. And like you say, y'all the owners and the head coaches, y'all gotta trust who y'all giving this money to. And y'all got to bring in them right OCs because y'all know what type of quarterback y'all drafting. So
Right.
you got to know what type of offensive coordinator to bring in for them. So y'all can go ahead with that before we move along.
my only quick points before we move along is I think it's a combination of two things. I definitely feel like they're not. There's nobody in the organization that's training them. I think they thinking they're coming in right away better than what they are, and then I just think you got to put some onus on the players. How much are they really trying to hone their craft? And I think that's what it is. It's a combination of both.
Okay.
What you did in college, not you don't necessarily work right away in the pros. It's good, but it's not gonna work right away.
Right. Okay, moving along. Where would Detroit Lions Hendon Hooker? Where would he have been drafted? And where would he have been drafted in this year's draft? Where would he have been drafted in this year's draft class? The Lions Hendon Hooker, young P.
To me, he fourth, and I mean this. Looking at all who coming out, I think LSU Daniels was go higher than him. We know Caleb is gonna go higher than him, and I think the only person that possibly can go higher than him, and the only reason I think this is the quarterback from North Carolina. I think he's still May.
Talking about May.
I think all three of them will still go higher than Henry Hookerson. Now the only person that's going to hurt him injury is because the injury is Penix.
Right.
His injuries is what's going to keep dropping his stock. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like I think he probably would have went four out of this class that out of the top people that's coming out. He's still going fourth because I don't think he's better than Daniels. And truthfully, I think Daniel's better than Caleb. The more and more I keep going back and watching
Man.
stuff, and then you in my ear too
Yeah,
about him.
yeah.
But you know
And then
what conference he
Leaf
play, right?
was- somebody just came out killing Caleb. Like,
Nah.
y'all, I hope y'all not really realizing this boy.
Mastermind trying to sneak
You
something
see
in.
what conference he play.
I ain't worried about that part.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
nothing about that.
Go ahead, keep it up, Mastermind. What you think he'd have been drafted this year?
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna shake the whole board up. I think he'd have been top 3 because one reason why I say that,
So who on my list dropping out?
I'm dropping out May, and after the season I seen Caleb have this year, I'm dropping Caleb out because of this. The reason why I say this, I think the attributes that Hendon Hooker have, if he wouldn't have been injured,
Right.
he would have been higher in the draft that he went. He probably wouldn't have fell to Detroit.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think once he hit that field and actually get out there and people start seeing what he can actually really truthfully do,
Right.
he gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's the reason why I believe in this draft he might have even been a Heisman talk.
Okay.
I can go
Well,
for that.
I'm going to shake it up. He could have been number one, no more, nor less than number 2. For the simple fact, when he was at Tennessee, like you say, before he got hurt, hey, he was looking like that deal and everything. But what's name also looked like that also. That's them would have been my top 2, and that would have been
Cool.
Daniels
Daniels, yeah.
because
Daniels,
Daniels
Hooker, if you look at the
Daniels was looking good when he was at Arizona State.
on the term.
He was looking good there. And then when he got over to the SEC and stepped up and play in a bigger, stronger conference, and people really seeing what he was about, and playing in that pocket and everything, and say, "Oh, my man, a total package." And that's what I mean about quarterbacks. Can you or players, period, moving from coast to coast or this, that, can you play in this conference or can you play over here? And he's showing you, hey, I can play in any system. You know what I'm saying? So it'd have been a Hooker or Daniels, 1 or 2 for me. If he would have been in this year's draft, that's how good he was. Him and Daniels would have been better to me than Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I say, if the Lions, hey, if y'all want some players of this, I know you get some good stock in draft for Hendon Hooker. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all still using him and got him back just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying to golf, but Hendon Hooker that deal. So I believe if he was been in this year's draft, he'd have been in the top 2.
Hmm. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just feel like, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing with you fellas. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like he's better than Caleb. But if we just looking at how the draft might go, they just love Caleb for some reason. And I think no matter what, he can do no wrong. And I think they're just overlooking the minor things and just assuming he's gonna be this outstanding quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That I don't think is really gonna happen. Should truthfully it look like lately, my bad America,
Mm.
quarterbacks, it's like the people who can really scout quarterbacks have been picking them up later on. Just trying instead of getting them 1 and 2. It's like they be sitting back and they find like think about it. Um, Mahomes,
Mm.
there you go. He went late in the round, late in the first round.
In the first, he went in the middle of the first.
Like the middle of the first. It's like sometimes you gotta
I
go
think
to,
what 15 or something like that. Something like that. I forget. Yeah,
so it's,
10, 15, somewhere in the good.
but I guess my point is you got to start looking like, are you really paying attention to what they're doing, or are you going off the school name? You
My
know what I'm
thing
saying?
is this.
You can't just go off a USC name.
My thing that they going to like Caleb. They trying to say he like how Mahomes or something was. But my thing is this. It all depends on what coordinator you get over there for him.
That play a lot.
He's gonna be as good as that coordinator Chicago bring over there. But go ahead, Mastermind.
Caleb, and you know what I'm saying. I think Caleb should be a decent NFL quarterback. I don't think he gonna be no Patrick Mahomes
Right.
or none of that. I could be wrong.
Overall #1 pick say you're supposed to be a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know, but how many times we don't got that right?
Right. Shit, well, with Pat Mahomes was #1. So look, he just as long as he can get up there with Alex Smith and them type of quarterback that was #1. Let's see if we can get to Alex Smith now. You know what I'm saying? We got to see. We gotta see if we can get to Alex Smith level first. Should the NFL go to an 18-game season? Mastermind. Should the NFL go to an 18-game season?
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, it ain't like it's no mandatory or none of that. Not unless you're gonna end the preseason, you must go totally maybe what do away with make it only one preseason game and that's it. The rest goes straight to the board or something. But other than that, I don't see no dire need for why they should. Or you know what I'm saying? I don't. To me, it don't make me here nor there. To be honest,
I don't think they should go to it. It's bad enough we had 17, and I'm cool with 17, but 18. I know that when I was watching not too long, maybe last week sometime, that's supposed to be in the upcoming talks is
Mhm.
going to an 18-game season.
yeah. So, but just think about this, P.
All that to me, that's just
What do you
more
consider
money.
the third week of preseason
If
or the
they,
second week of preseason when they play the starters? That's basically
do
when
you
they end it.
But
think?
they still don't be playing that much.
Do you think?
I'm just saying that's why I was saying.
They might. Do you think they might sneak another expansion team in or something? If they keep sneaking these games up, you think they're gonna sneak another
They're gonna have to
team
do
in?
something to level it out
Or they
because
trying to do something?
we
Or
If
just
you
with
go
that?
that route, then that make a little bit more sense.
It's just with that
17
European
teams.
team might sneak in at or something like that.
That's probably what they thinking because if
Is it
you
travel?
Just trying to think.
the
Yeah.
more and more that you keep adding games, the more likely are you adding a chance of injury.
Exactly.
One thing about
That's why I don't
football,
like it.
the injuries is more, you know what I'm saying, more dramatic than any sport that I can think of right offhand besides maybe boxing or something. Or,
Right.
you know,
My
NASCAR.
my thing is this. I mean, because of mastermind, I ain't want to forget. Just don't make it boring. Because one thing we can say when football season over, we all be like, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even though we might not want that 18, 19, or 20 games, because they going to keep going. But one thing about it, when that season over, everybody be scratching their head like,
I would
man.
go the max I would do. I could see them doing this 18 and just go back to what I just said previously. You just have to eliminate one of the preseason games and
Preseason.
just make that a regular season
Yeah.
game, and that's it. You can
Right.
kick it off a little earlier.
Just don't make it boring like the NBA getting.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a
whole
topic for another day.
Yeah. Yeah. I just throw it out there, like I say, before I forget it, man.
Yeah.
Was it smart to combine XFL and USFL, or should have stayed separate? Was it smart to combine both leagues? Young Pete.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm torn on this because I actually liked the fact that they had two different rules, so to speak.
Can I just say one thing though?
Go ahead, go ahead.
America, I just want to give our show the props again. We said this season one. I want to
Yeah. When it
long
first came
time
out,
ago.
Right,
We
that they
said
should
the only
combine.
way, yes, if the only way y'all gonna survive if y'all combine the two together and make sure y'all have the excitement of both leagues
yeah.
into one.
A lot of things we've been saying first,
Right.
so just like we said, the Magic Johnson and the Larry Bird comparison to the women of the Caitlyn and Angel Reese's and all them, you know what I mean? So
Go ahead, proceed.
we'll leave that alone.
No, but no, I mean, I wish. I mean, like we said before, they should have combined, but I think they should probably have stayed separate. Only thing that's gonna make it exciting to me is if they take pieces of the rules, because they have some crazy rules.
That you
You know what I'm saying? It's some crazy rules over here. And I just feel like if they combine those rules to kind of give us, because that's part of why I kind of watch it a little bit more, is because of some of the rules. You know what I'm saying? Some of the how you had to score and things of that nature. So if they do that, that's going to be helpful. I just want them to be able to be more exciting than what they were, so they can get the ratings up and then be able to get these players from their league into the big dog league. You know what I'm saying?
so you
Was it the Juju Watkins? Who was it? Was it her? Or was it? Go ahead, go ahead.
okay?
My
But
bad, man. I'm thinking out loud. Go
that
ahead.
too though. But look, I'm on the same. I'm thinking kind of like what you were just hinting at. That's the lane I'm kind of going. Now it's great that you guys united in my opinion. The only reason why I say that is because now it won't be so much competition, and it might carry on a little bit longer. You see what I'm saying? You get more viewers now that you guys are one, you united. So I say this: the season might can carry on a little bit longer because remember at one point it was the USFL, then it ended, and then what's the name took over or XFL, however it went,
Right.
vice versa,
Right.
whichever
Yeah.
one the order was. But now you might can carry both of those time slots out throughout the summer.
Mhm.
So now we'll have a choice of either watching baseball or watch you guys. You see what I'm saying? Or the WNBA. You see what I'm saying? So I think that was great. But now, like what he was saying, if you can find a way to make that the new farm system for the NFL, make each team in that league an expansion team of the like a farm system for the NFL teams, and start making the games in that cities, you're on your way, baby.
Right.
Right.
You straight to the top.
And like I said, they might sneak and do that since Nada just said something like that. I mean, for the simple fact, because like how we said, it's good that they brought them together, and not only that, like you might take some rules from each one, but my thing is this: don't take the excitement away.
Right.
Don't take the sideline interviews away.
Right, yep.
When you know somebody get a touchdown or interception or
Go
a
right
fumble,
to
you
'em,
know, interview the you know the players. Sometimes you even interview the fan. You know, just keep like you say, this a new day. Like you say, everybody streaming and all this and podcasts and all like that. So keep that excitement going with the sidelines and all the stuff. Stay engaged, and that's another reason why I think they keep watching y'all. Like how we watching the NFL, because y'all doing something different that the NFL is not doing, and you know sooner or later they're going to start doing what you guys doing. You know, seeing certain things happen slowly but surely. Anyway, so I think it's good that y'all join. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, keep everybody interested and like you say, compete. And I think the NFL might do have something to, what I'm saying, do with it. But then, like you say, they need to do like what you guys said. And then I'm thinking the Detroit Lions just got a defense or a pass rusher from one of these leagues.
CFL from the CFL.
Oh, from the CFL.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now, if y'all get the CFL combined in there,
Okay.
we
Okay. Here go another one for you. Here go another question for you people that make you gonna say, ooh, we.
Scratching my head already.
Yeah, here you go. Which record get broken first? LBJ 40K plus or Caitlin Clark's college record, all time scoring college record. Which one mastermind?
Kaylin, you out of here. I don't think they doing that 40,000.
Mm.
But Kaylin, you done. I think Juju might be on your trail. If she stay as long as you stayed, you might be done, Kaylin. So I'm gonna be honest. And this weekend I watched you too, Kaylin. You look good. I like I like one thing I did notice about you. When that shot was broke, you start going to the assist and start getting everybody involved.
Right.
I like that in you. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that kind of I didn't like though, I think that was a negative, but I have seen the great ones all do it too. You can't show your frustration. You can't go over to the sideline, beating the seat up and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They got you labeled as one of the great ones. You got to always hold your composure. You know what I'm saying? That'll be my only advice to you. And I like how the second half you kind of stepped up and did what you had to do.
She came through the female step, clack, 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 clack.
And was still passing.
Right, yeah. She was passing too. Yeah.
Making good passes.
Your pass game have stepped up to assistant, then you did look good. Young P.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's hard going behind SEC sometimes, and him. I gotta agree with him. I like to disagree most times with the man.
When you're right, you're right, America.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Kaylin. I think it's neither one. I mean, don't get me wrong. It ain't gonna be an easy feat on either one, but I do feel like the way college is set up, 3-point line and stuff like that, and the way some of these women can shoot that ball, yeah, I think that can be caught a little bit. That to me is easier to catch than that 40,000. One, what? Shoot, we're LBJ in this what 20th year,
What 21st?
21st year. So you gotta first you gotta be able to
get to 20 years.
Man, first you gotta get a.
Even if Wembanyama right now average 29 a season for 20 years, he's still shooting.
That's what I'm saying. That's just that record is gonna be hard pressed to catch.
Right.
So,
And-
yeah, Caitlin. If I gotta choose, Caitlin for sure.
Yeah, if I got to choose, it got to be Caitlin's. But like you say, it all depends on how the females' college game might change, and they might not have to hoop as long, and they might can do it, and so that's gonna be a factor in it too. And other than that, we got to see some more great shooters. Like you said,
Yeah.
we got some great players in the league now. Like you said, we got Juju, a freshman. You know what I mean? Like I say, we got some nice low
I'ma tell
post
you.
players that in the league. That's getting some points, and so it all depends. But I'm gonna say, like how we said, it'll be Caitlin's first before LBJ's. But before we move along, how long y'all think if these just say these next couple girls that's coming out, like say the Jujus and all them that's freshmen and who these say they stay these years and they don't get it, how long
Okay.
y'all think Caitlin Clark record gonna last?
Oh, if Juju don't get it, or it's want somebody that's like coming along in that era, I think that record gonna last for a while.
So
That
she's
might
gonna
be
be there
the
for a
end.
while. Yeah,
It's gonna be there. Cause just think,
it took
before the record got broke, how long it took to make
right,
the record?
right.
Pistol Pete.
Right, and then like you say, and then like you say, he the man. Then you have the plum and the female, like you say,
You're
she
right.
got both of them. So like you say, it's gonna be there for a minute.
But I just think
Yeah,
Juju. Just saying, I get shouts out too to that girl from Nebraska. I want to say her name is Shepherd. I might be saying your name wrong. Please forgive me, but that girl can shoot. She played point guard for them, and a big girl down low, big lady, I should say, down low. She was out cold.
keep that thought. Have the media made it more exciting to watch the women's over the men's March Madness tournament and just college basketball? Period. Have the media made it more exciting to watch the women's game over the men's? Keep it going, Mastermind.
Okay, now I'm gonna answer that straight to the point.
Okay.
First of all, media I don't think has. I think what it has is this. If you sit down and watch them women play, and see that they still playing traditional USA basketball inside out. That's their identity. Inside out. Kaylin shoots very well, but if you go to Kaylin team, she has a left-handed power forward or center that is dangerous down there. You see what I'm saying? So it's still inside out in the women's college game. With the men's college game, I think that's the problem. They don't have an identity. They don't know if they're the modern day game, which is outside in, or really just outside, because in is
Mhm.
don't even exist. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? So, well, as they call it, 5 out or 4 out, one in. You know what I'm saying? I think they don't know if to play that style or if to go back to the traditional style of basketball, which is inside out. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's why the men ratings is starting to tank.
Okay. Before I get it down there to you, young P, I'm gonna keep it right there with Mastermind. And the women's are getting a lot better. And like I said, it's not the media, but to me, what it is the media showing some people the highlights, some people the games, because some people probably wasn't watching. You hear a lot of people talking about it now. Then some people are actually watching, such as myself. That's why I'm giving shouts out to Artie Chris, because I seen them last night, yesterday afternoon, and
Panowski or something.
man,
Man,
I'm
it's killing me
talking
that I
about
don't know them girls.
like you say, the female game is going the old school way, traditional. They playing physical. They throwing it down there in the paint.
Definitely playing.
And that was my first time seeing Audie Brooks play yesterday. And I'm talking about she was down there, turn around, boom, giving them the Barkley show, the head fake, giving it up strong. Just everything. She even shot the three. She even, got a couple turnarounds. It was just like, man, and it's like and then her the backup forward, they said great picks and screens, man. It was just like, wow, the
Good
way they
basketball.
playing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, the way we was taught the way it's played, and they never left from that. And now the way they got the players that can score, the females can score, they can dribble. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, hold on, let me sit down. It ain't like when they just grabbing the ball, holding it, and waiting for like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
they actually go out there and play, and they playing the right way, and it's interesting. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you say, to see these players like I say, to all these Brooks, you got Juju Watkins and all these other, these players, and like you say, the South Carolina teams, Tennessee even looked good. Thought that they was gonna
Go up
beat
there
them. You
years
know what
ago.
I'm saying? It was
Right.
just like, just the women's game, just period. LSU just they got players, the teams,
See,
and
it was actually a shocker to see the big person hit the jump
yeah,
shot.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Instead in
yeah,
the
yeah.
NBA,
They set
you
that
looking like,
DM wrong.
okay, yeah, big man about to shoot the three.
Mm.
Embiid, Joker, all these
Right.
guys are pulling threes. You know.
Go ahead, young Pete.
So this is my take. I think it's a combination of like 4 or 5 things, right? I think y'all hit it on the nose. One, they playing old school American ball.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They down low, inside out game. I think that's one of it right there. Two, social media, not mainstream media, but I think social media is playing a part of it because the personalities of the players are coming out more. You know
Coming
what
out,
I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
You seeing it, and I know as far as us and our love for sports, you like the competitiveness. Even if you feel like Adrian Reese isn't as good, I love how she talk trash. I love how she ain't backing down. I love how she gets at it and get physical in the game. You know what I'm saying? I like that kind of stuff, and I think, like you said, the women are doing that. I think the problem with the men is it's a combination, and then on top of it, one more point on the women's is they stay longer, so they're getting developed longer. You know what I'm saying? The men, I think the biggest problem with them is one, like you said, no identity. But the other problem is nobody, everybody is coming in half-ass with their skills because they all trying to go to the league now. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really want to go to college. They really want the high school rule to come back in where you can leave straight from high school and not have to sit out a year. So they're not really trying to develop the school. They just want to be good enough to get picked up and get enough highlight that somebody will pick them up. Then you see them in the NBA. That's why we looking at the NBA game now like this shit getting trash because you're bringing in too many trash players from college. And there's nobody in college that you can sit and follow and be like, your dog was a monster. You know what I'm saying? You get a few people, you might hear about a UConn player here and there. But for the most part, you're not hearing about nobody because ain't nobody worth anything. They kind of
Yeah.
manufacturing them to the NBA so quick. You know what I'm saying? None of them really want to learn. Either they going to the G League, they going across seas, they sitting out. So the players that you even might feel like that about ain't even playing college.
Right. In this college tournament, it's March Madness. I don't know if they gonna meet up or not. I would like to just see this game. It just came across my mind. I would like to see UConn play Kansas. I would just want to see that matchup. Men's, I'm saying, because remember we talking about the women. No, I'm just saying, if it was to happen, remember they might not play. I'm just saying if they was to play, if he not hurt, he might be good by then. But I'm just saying because we going with the, because the question was, is watching women's or men, over the men's now.
Right.
But so if I believe that game is one of the games to get back to, we like, oh yeah, good pace, get this, you know what I mean, the way UConn play,
tradition
right? And they
basketball.
use their big fellas over there in UConn, you know what I mean,
they
and you
do.
know how Bill Self coach all the way from Illinois and all the way over to Kansas and everything else. Go
I'll
ahead
just say
before we
this.
go ahead.
I just think that it's just too many. Like just this weekend alone, I'm telling y'all, I had no idea about Nebraska women's
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah, I watched. Yeah,
I had no idea. I watched them.
what that guard? I mean, cause was that guard the number 11 or
Yeah, number
she,
1 or 11.
number
I
one?
think it was
She
one.
had
Though.
was that the one that got the record?
Yes.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yes. I'm
I
talking
watched that.
about
Yeah.
her game is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got the big girl down low. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I seen that.
they gonna be a problem. You
They
see
got
what
the
I'm
male
saying?
coach, right? The man
Yep.
with that nose. Yeah,
Yep.
I know what you're
They
talking
gonna
about.
be a problem. Old girl Notre Dame. I
Yeah,
forgot.
Notre
I
Dame
forgot
got
old girl name with the red hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she a
She's
bomb.
gonna be a problem.
Yeah, she a
Her and that
problem.
other
Yeah.
girl, they
Yeah.
was shooting the blood.
Yeah, she a problem.
Yeah, all of them. Go ahead.
So it's just to me, it's just too many that we can just name right offhand. With the men, we
But that's what I'm saying. 'Cause anybody that you
Might-
might like, I just feel like not
Right.
going to college.
Guys, get right.
that NIL ain't really.
Which fight?
Yeah.
They trying to say they're gonna have a 2 million tournament now. You gonna start that? Yeah.
For the NCAA.
What was I? It was, I forget. I think it was for the NCAA.
Now,
Yeah,
that might make it.
yeah. No, it was. It was for. It was 2 million, like they said, so they can get them some this money.
Money.
Yeah, yep, they said they gonna give them something to play for. I think it's the 2 million. Yep. Which fight going to do better numbers? Garcia versus Haney or Tank versus Martin? Mastermind. Which fight going to do better numbers?
With Ryan Garcia doing all this crazy stuff, it's probably gonna be the Ryan Garcia if that fight even take place. Because they talking about they might have to bag out now because Ryan Garcia been wilding out. They talking about
What you Ryan boy?
got some personal issues. Talking about he might be on something.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, America. They saying he might be doing a little makeup here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to.
Right.
So if all hell's true, I think it might be Ryan Garcia because one thing, his nationality is a great following of boxing, so I think they're gonna tune in no matter what. And
Okay.
you got Frank Martin and Tank
Tank.
Davis. We gonna fire stick it.
Okay.
Y'all know what I mean.
Yeah. Go ahead, young P.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I was leaning towards Garcia versus Haney being a bigger draw than Martin versus Tank. Now I'm gonna say my personal reason is this, and I'm not sure if everybody like this. I just don't know enough about Martin
Right.
to. I've been hearing things that Tank might not, don't need to take him as lightly as he might seem like he taking him, but I just feel like I don't know enough about Martin, so I think that's what's gonna slow me down from being like I'm a. Don't get me wrong, I might assume Tank is gonna win now. I'm gonna watch it because I'm just a sports fan,
Right.
but I'd rather watch Garcia and Haney before I watch
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying?
I think Tank gonna do better number just because he the name of boxing right now. So I think just by you being number one, you gonna draw it anyway. I think Garcia and Haney they gonna do excellent numbers also. But now I see his father more online. Doing his thing back and forth with Braun or whatever. So that's basically also promoting the fight because now you want to see some, you want to see his son, what he about to do now, or
Right.
just whatever, what I mean, just because of what's going on, and then other little stuff. But I'm gonna say Tank just because Tank is the bigger name, and since you're the bigger name, like in boxing, basically you should draw the numbers to me, no matter, what I'm saying, like you say, Martin. We don't really know who he is, but they saying my man.
Frank Martin
You
is
know what I'm
decent.
saying?
Frank Martin is
Right,
decent.
that's what I'm saying. But
Right.
I might have seen him. I might not. But on this one, I'm just going
He from the
with
D too.
with Tank. Well,
See, I didn't even know that.
I didn't. I ain't even gonna lie. But I'm gonna go with Tank just because of the name. Just gonna bring in what I'm saying, just off his name. Even though Garcia and Haney should bring in more just because it's two names, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go with Tank just being the bigger fighter, period.
Right.
But,
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be an interesting fight. I ain't saying Frank Martin.
No, they say he can go though.
Frank Martin is nothing to sleep on.
I don't know if I've seen him or not. I probably have, but I gotta see him.
I'm
Just,
almost
just,
for
just the
sure you
name,
have.
right? And then I just be we watching them all, but I probably just don't know the name and seen him fight. When I see him, I'm like, oh damn, that's dude. You know what I'm saying? Because they saying he can go. I heard, you know what I'm saying, that they saying, hey, what's name better come in, correct. Okay, last question of the show. Who wins more games of their remaining schedules? Who's going to have a better record between the Detroit Pistons and the Washington Wizards? Young P.
I'm going hometown Detroit just cause. But Washington, if I'm not mistaken, just won 2 games back to back. So you know what I'm saying? They
The other night, last night, right?
I
Yeah,
think the
they
records
won-
are tied. I think they both won
Yeah.
what? 10, 13, anywhere from 10. They both won 13 games, I think.
Thanks, Pistons, for at least getting to the 10-game win because early in the season people wanted to wait.
Check
till
and see how many games they won do dirty.
You know what I'm saying? Wanted to wait to the All Star break to see if they could even get past 6 games. You know what I'm saying? I had a little faith in y'all to get to at least 10, but I'm gonna go in hometown. Come on, Detroit, do something for me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I think on
saying?
the show we all said they weren't gonna get to 10 or
Over 10.
over 10. I think I said I had to wait to the All Star thing. I think they was gonna do. I gotta look at that. Yeah. Okay.
You say over 10.
Okay.
Over 10, but Washington, I think they won the last 2, but I'm still going
Okay.
hometown. Let's go, Detroit. Let's go.
Okay.
Detroit.
11.
They both won 11 games. Okay, my bad. They both won 11.
Yeah, let's go.
Ooh-wee.
Let's go. How many games left? About 20.
Something like that.
Who you got, Mastermind? Who gonna win the most? They got to
Let's go,
remain.
Detroit.
Gotta rock it out for where we at, baby. We're gonna go to Motor City.
Yeah, we go hometown.
But I know for sure Washington don't want to end last because I know they got all that buddy tied up in Kuz, but what's the name? He say they
Right. Well, I don't know what y'all gonna do, President. I know y'all was mad y'all ain't win the lottery pick this year. So y'all might be trying to do it again next year. But my thing is this. Hey, come on, Cade Cunningham. This the first time you should want to be number one. You should want to be number one, baby. Be number two. Look, you shouldn't want to be number one, baby. This is the year you should not want to be number one.
I don't know if it's true or not,
Yeah.
but this is what the rumor has it, all allegedly, They say Troy Weaver did this all on purpose. Say he wanted to tank this season out, get all of them dead salaries and all them people off the book, get brought on and all that 55 and 75.
Through the
players.
passes?
Yeah.
Well, come on, man, cause y'all got well, y'all got to come on, cause y'all got Monty Williams looking, man, like he getting sick
Yeah,
over there
nah.
and
Right,
everything,
like he
man.
shouldn't even be a head
Being the head coach, yeah. Now y'all gonna do him some justice, cause I think he a decent head coach, man. So if that's what y'all did, allegedly tank or do whatever, nah, let's get to business. Let's get to work. That bullshit. What you got to say, young Pete?
I'm with you. Good bullshit. Because if that is what you did, it sounds like you trying to go that Philly route. Don't do that bullshit, that experiment Philly. That shit didn't really work for Philly when they did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They still ain't won, but they did come to relevance. They did come.
The trust the process, but no, we need a better process because you are first you got to change the people's mentality and get them to even want to come to Detroit.
Right.
Unless you're gonna get a whole bunch of young talent and raise them up in the system. Otherwise, you gotta get people to come to even want to come.
Hey, it's a young generation now.
That money
young
making-
Vaso, Peasy, Babyface Ray,
y'all gotta
Bo
start doing recruiting.
Dunn. Hey, all y'all, hey, get the boys to start coming down here and balling, man. Come on, get the boys to come down to the city, baby.
Yeah, no, you right.
You know, cause they're the young boys, the young groups. Hey, I know y'all can get them boys to come on down. Y'all can do it. So, Detroit Pistons, Cade Cunningham, this the year you don't want to be number one, baby. You understand me? And that's the way we gonna end the show. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
CB4, what's up, baby?
Love you.
Yes, sir.